Well, we are started. We are 10 seconds in now. So Khrisamisu, my friend, take it away.
Okay, welcome to our diorama class, day 1. My name is Khrisamisu, or Chris. I'm the other Chris. There's gonna be 3, I believe, yeah, we're planning to have 3 separate sessions. And the reason for that is there's certain steps when making dioramas that require things to dry overnight. And I was thinking about this, and if I'm calculating it right, the minimum is like 3 days with like the pretty optimal like route to make a diorama. So that's why we're doing 3 sessions. If I'm ever talking too quickly or moving too fast, feel free to have me repeat stuff or tell me to slow down. So the kind of diorama that we're going to be making, that I'm going to be demoing, is specifically a terrain-based diorama. There's many different kinds of dioramas. There's like city rubble dioramas that have been pretty popular recently. There's space debris dioramas. There's hangar dioramas, which you see a lot with Gunpla. But I'm going to be doing the terrain diorama, and the reason for that is there's a lot of foundational skills and techniques that carry over to other environments and settings. You're going to find that there's, how do I say this? There's a lot of, sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. It's very different from the steps you're used to when painting and customizing Gunpla. With Gunpla, you've got your set steps. There's like primer, there's your paint, and then there's top coat, and then decals and panel lines and all of that. It's all very structured. At least it feels like that to me.
Yeah. With
dioramas, it's very loose and messy, and there's a lot of trial and error. And I personally think it's kind of refreshing to be in that mindset sometimes when you're making a diorama, and things aren't always, it's very structured when you're making things. There's a lot of testing to see what works.
Yeah,
but
and you can
go ahead.
Sorry. You can kind of let your creativity and the randomness of chaos kind of guide you a little bit sometimes too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of happy accidents. It's can be relaxing in a Bob Ross kind of way. Like you can like try out like adding a tree here or like a hill there. It can be fun.
Yeah. People say I'm a happy accident.
Yes.
Anyway.
Oh, I couldn't help it.
Okay, so just to get started, I just want to go over how the class is going to go, the class structure. I'm going to be covering topics like the different materials that I use, the layout and composition of our diorama, presentation, that's a big one, especially in competition settings. Like rules that I've kind of made for myself that I follow and I think are useful for having kind of like a compass if you ever can't decide on something. I'll talk about that more later. And also choosing the right size for your diorama is a really big one, I think.
Yeah.
My goal, or our goal for this class, is to make dioramas as accessible as possible. When Dan initially brought up the idea to me, he mentioned he wanted the focus to be accessibility and helping people get over the initial hump of doing it. So we're not going to be using things like airbrushes or anything like that here. It's going to be pretty, all of the materials are pretty available at the dollar store, actually. And also, I want to make it accessible in how I explain things. I'm not going to get too specific, talk about like complicated stuff. This is a very foundational class. And then what you learn from here, you can take and do for future dioramas that you make. it's going to be. I've heard a lot of people say they're very intimidated to get started, but you'll see hopefully with this hard as you think.
Prove it. I'm here. Prove it, Chris.
All right, I want to do that right now.
Good.
And the first topic that I want to get into, I'm not showing anything right now, but the first topic is layout. I want to discuss, and I don't know if this is a thing that people in the modeling space know or talk about, or if there's a theory about this, but a general winning formula that I've found with dioramas is for them to have elevation front to back. And what I mean by that is, let me try to pull up some examples here.
Like short elevation in the front, too large in the back?
Yes, low in the front and high in the back. You see how there's the rock wall in the back that kind of help frame the two.
Yep.
This is from Boyle Hobby Time, the YouTube channel. What's another one? This is a pretty simple one, but you can see that that building in the background is higher elevation compared to the front here.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of my favorite ones. It doesn't have to follow that rule where you have to have that front to back elevation. This one that I really like. This is from Lac S from China. This is from Twitter.
I gotta ask real quick on that, Chris, because when I see this very much reminds me of your, I think it's an RX-78. Is it a perfect grade where you put the pipes in the front? No. Oh, yeah, that one. So you have two levels, but is a part of your planning having something in front if it's a single kit as a lower elevation, just even anything to kind of differentiate it using that same formula? Because in my mind I see this and I think, oh, pipes, that's your lower elevation, and then the Gundam can be the higher elevation. Do you think that way a little bit when doing your diorama?
Yes, I do try to put something interesting towards the front on the lower part of the diorama. But anyway, this rule, or it's not a rule, it's just like this formula that I've noticed come up. If you search Gundam diorama online, you'll quickly notice and see it everywhere. This not this one. Let's see some other examples. This one might be a familiar one.
Yeah.
It's by Never Waffle. You see that trees in the background?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's frames the mobile suit really nicely. And this is a non-traditional one, like a non-traditional terrain type of diorama, but you can see what I mean with the back having that higher elevation. This is by Cobra. Beautiful diorama.
Award-winning diorama.
Yeah.
Twice over now. Jeez,
Congrats,
please.
by the way. Winning awards left and right. Leave some for the rest of us, man. Okay, here's another example. Lang, you were asking if I put some stuff in the front. Here's a good example of that. Here, this little cactus is a little focal point in the corner. You can see that higher elevation in the background.
Yeah, after mentioning this formula, I totally see it now, even on everybody else's, and I never even thought of that. That's kind of incredible.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And again, you don't have to follow it. It's just a little thing to help you get started on your layouts. Here's another one.
It's like a backdrop in a photo.
Yeah, backdrop.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan, I'm going to jump in. If anyone's having any other issues, please let us know. We can try to help out. I think there's one person. I don't know if that's other people having trouble seeing this, but if you're not having issues, just keep watching.
Here's another one. I've got a little series of this going. I want to do more.
Okay.
Yeah, see higher elevation, or not higher elevation. It's pretty flat, but you can see there's like bushes and trees in the background.
Yeah.
Little focal point in the front. And for some bigger examples, here's the oops. The big one is my Panzer diorama. I've got the road in the front and the road sign here to establish scale.
Yeah.
It's raised towards the back here.
Mm-hmm.
I hope everything is in frame enough.
Looks great. Looks great.
Cool. Okay, I'm just gonna put this on the floor. I have other dioramas that I can use as example. I think you guys get the point that I'm trying to explain.
Just so you know, Chris, you're getting a lot of compliments on your amazing build, and I use compliments very kindly.
Thank you. I'm here to share the knowledge so you all can make your own amazing dioramas after this. Okay, so those are some examples. I guess I could keep this in the frame so you have something to look forward to while I'm talking, or something to look at. So it's not a rule that you have to follow with every diorama, okay? Your diorama won't be garbage doo-doo butter if you don't follow it. There's you can do a lot of fun stuff with like camo and having stuff hidden behind trees, like Never Waffle did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that we have kind of a idea of how to make an effective layout, let's get into some of the materials. We're only going to be really working with a few or 4 materials for this first session. We're going to be making like the foundations of our diorama. The first material that I'm going to talk about is the base, and you can find a lot of this at your local dollar store. There's a ton of these wooden boxes with corny stuff printed on them. These are my favorite
right there, Chris. What are you doing?
Yeah, you can
That's so great.
Yeah, you got to pray over your dio.
I love this.
I almost don't want to use that one. It's just so pretty. Anyway, this is my favorite. I have so many of these. It's 2-in-1. It's wooden box. This is the exact box I use for the little die-cast dioramas. And I believe, Dan, you're going to be working with this as well.
Yeah, mine is just like 1/2 though. It's one piece. So I think they use these for like canvas things you hang it up on your wall, but it's the 5-inch like you have there.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm going to be using this part. Ignore the llama. So yeah, these are cheap from the dollar store. Sadly, no, but in the future I might. So what else did I write down for this? So what is considered a diorama? I believe IPMS considers a work a diorama when it has 2 main subjects and it tells a story. I don't want to get super into it, but yeah, what are your thoughts, Dan?
Yeah, I think the main thing is if it tells a story, because there's dioramas and then there's vignettes. Vignette is a single focus, single model, but if you have a single model on your piece, like you got there the llama, if you got a single model on there but it's telling a story, I've had IPMS judges tell me it belongs in dio. So I think if you're telling a story like there, it's a story, it's a photo shoot with a girl in front of I think that's a Porsche. I think that's a dio. If
Waffle,
you
jump in. What is it?
Yeah, is that a Porsche?
Looks like a Porsche.
Yeah, it's a Porsche Singer.
Okay, so I'm cool.
All right. Like a
yeah. This is definitely a dio. This one's definitely a dio. This thing made its circuit on the internet quite I think it got out of your hands. Basically, everyone was sharing this thing.
Yeah, it was the water effect, I think.
Well, the whole thing, but yeah, this is definitely a dio. Two mobile suits telling a story that has finished almost. But yeah, dio vignette. It's whatever.
I like to just call them diorama base.
Yeah, I think vignette's kind of getting what's the word? Sunset a little bit in the model community.
It's a boomer word. Go ahead.
I'm so stuck on the thought because in my mind, there was the initial debate, and I just changed my mind this last weekend when Dan kept on saying he never pre-assembled kits. He takes apart the kit, then paints it. He what am I saying? Cuts the kit out, paints, does everything, and then assembles. In my mind, I'm trying to relate that to the dio because seeing these and you showing me the initial boxes, how much level of planning, you're saying that you get messy. Do you already have the idea in mind, or as you're going, do you change every single time? Like, I'm very curious on that. And two, that's the first one, like how much change or plan do you have? And first, color. Do you plan out the color to match the kit that you're putting on there?
I start with reference images online and then build around that. But for sometimes I will draw it out first. But the main thing is I look at reference images of, like, if I want the setting to be like a jungle, it's gonna have like moist dirt, moist ground, versus a desert with much different texture and color, like that scorpion one that I recently made. So reference images are very helpful to have, just to look at when you're planning out your dioramas. And there's also a fair amount of just playing around and seeing what works for layouts. The colors really can wait towards the end. But here's a box of just scrap foam, which I'm going to be talking about later. I save these because they're very helpful for just figuring out the elevation of stuff and just the general silhouette of your diorama. I hope that answers your question.
No, a lot. Thank you. I've been stuck on that a little bit. Let's keep going. This is great.
Okay. So one important thing to think about when you're first starting is the footprint of your diorama. I'm going to be working with this, and my reason for picking this is I think it's pretty good size for high grade 1 to 144 scales. And I have this guy that I'm going to be putting on it once it's done. It definitely helps to have your model be painted and maybe even weathered. And thankfully, I have a tutorial for that as well that you can check out if you want some ideas on how to paint yours. But it's not required. We're just focusing on the diorama for this class. So for the footprint of our diorama, you don't want it to be too large, because if it's too big, there's a lot of open space and it takes attention away from your main build. It's kind of like how in open world video games, a lot of the time they can feel barren if there's not enough stuff on them. And if your base is too small, it's too difficult to cram everything in and it looks crowded. But there's also fun to be had in challenging yourself to work with a small space. So choose the base or the size base that works best for you. I think Rolanction is following along. He's got a slightly bigger base, and he asked if he could modify things to better suit SDs, and you totally can do that. you can build along, but you don't have to follow exactly how I'm doing things. Okay, so we've got the base. How do we make the elevation? Well, I got this box of scrap XPS foam. This is going to be your main material for this class. And
should
there's
people, if they're following on, start making scraps as well?
Or
are we getting
I don't think so. We'll get there.
Okay. Just excited.
Where's my main big one? Oh, here. This is the brand that I usually get from Home Depot. You can find it pretty easily. It's about an inch thick. But yeah, this stuff is amazing. This is gonna be, this and your base is gonna be the meat and potatoes of the diorama. It's a great material. It's very malleable. I can show you that in a second. It's easy to shape, and the way that it breaks up, you can see here, makes really good, just like natural rock texture. Oh, here, let me show you an example. I wasn't gonna do this so early, but I'm gonna make a cut here, and just the way it snaps here, that's money right there. Hopefully it's in focus. So with just like a gray layer of paint, this is what it looks like. You can see it already looks convincing as rock.
Oh yeah.
Here with a little bit of dry brushing.
Ooh.
Really easy to work with. I was that base for that perfect grade RX 78. I carved that thing out in one night. It's very easy to shape. You can carve out a lot of shapes, not just rocks. Let's see. So those are the main advantages of working with this. There are also some cons. You don't want to spray paint this. It'll completely melt it, and super glue will do the same, I think. So that's why I've chosen PVA glue and hot glue as our bonding agent for our diorama. Okay. I actually planned out the kind of layout that I'm going to make for this demo, so we don't have to go through the trial and error of planning it. But basically following the not the rule, but that formula that I mentioned earlier about the elevation with higher in the back and lower in the front. I think this is going to be what we'll end up, something like this. What we'll end up with at the end, by the end of the class. What was I going with this? Oh yeah. So with this foam, pull out my scrap pieces. When we're planning it out, it's really easy to end up with how can I describe it? It's like a layered cake look, where you have different level plateaus like this, and it looks obvious that it's just foam.
Sure.
We want to avoid that, and there's a lot of ways we can work around that and kind of hide the seams with a later material that I'm going to be talking about later.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah, don't use spray cans.
Yeah, that's a really important tip. I've had that happen to me before with spray paint. I put it over the XPS foam and it just like disintegrates, kind of like cotton candy hitting water.
And I can't imagine it's healthy to be breathing in either.
Yeah, that's another thing too with this stuff. If you are using this and you have a cutter, a foam cutter does work on these, but make sure you have lots of ventilation and or you're using a mask because it does create fumes that are really bad for you.
Same for when you're sanding it too.
Yes. Yeah.
Like with everything else. Okay, so that's another material that we're working with. I also have balsa wood on the materials list, and the reason for that is once we have everything glued in place. Okay, I'll just use this. You see this edge right here? The balsa wood you can use as a veneer to kind of just smoothen the sides out for better presentation. I'll show you how to cut that later. But yeah, I guess right now I can pause and just have you guys work on yours and start cutting the foam and playing around with your initial shapes.
So make some chunks.
And in the meantime, I could also answer questions if there are any in the chat.
Well, I will say this the timing of this class ties in really well with our newly announced today club competition for 30-minute fantasy. So while you're putting this together, you can use this as a like a test bed for obviously learning how to do this with all these techniques, but also maybe even use this for your upcoming club build, because this competition does require a diorama. So yeah, I'm going to be building mine definitely with that in mind, kind of not necessarily with an end point in mind, but I definitely am going to be thinking about like terrain scale, size, and like Khrisamisu said, the foreground background height differences, where it's going to be standing, things like that.
Okay, and while everyone else,
let's go.
I forgot to talk about so when you're cutting your like especially your base layers of foam, you want to get them pretty similar to the dimensions of your wooden base. So it's good to just trace it. I've got an edge here already that I can use, but like right here, just to help guide you on where to cut. And when you make your cut, try to have it be I guess straight 90 degrees. It'll help make things easier for the step when we use the balsa wood to seal or clean up our sides. But you can also just sand it flat.
Do you have any tips for when you cut the XPS foam?
I use a box cutter because the blade is longer and it's a little bit easier. But you can use your knife. It'll just take, you just have to kind of, once you get
like
yeah,
multiple
you can't really
passes.
Yeah, it'll take multiple passes, and you might have to snap it once you have your initial cut.
Gotcha.
I'm going to be doing that right now as well.
I have my cube cut out.
Now I'm doing a bunch of chunks because I want. I'm laying in it, as they say, and yeah, are we going to go over how to secure them together or not this round?
Oh yeah, we're going to be gluing it down and fixing things into place. So
okay.
Yeah, have your glue gun ready.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. Let me see. Do you have your camera on too, Lang?
No, I turned mine off when you did.
Okay. Yeah, I think. Yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take pictures and drop them into the chat so people can see what I'm working with.
Okay.
So for this example, my bottom most layer is going to be the base. And you're going to have, with the edges of your foam, when you glue it down to your base, you're going to have these rock walls right here, like if you can see this texture.
Yeah.
That's a good time to use the properties of the foam, and it's like how it can look like natural rocks. So when you're carving like the side of your foam over here, you can make an initial cut and just lift your knife, and you get these really nice random looking edges. You can also just dig into it like this. There's a lot of different ways you can sculpt this material to look like rock.
And it's okay if it looks all frayed and weird. I mean, I guess you're probably gonna go over how to clean that up if we need to.
Yeah, you can take a toothbrush and kind of get all of that loose stuff out.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that's an interesting idea. So you kind of want to be cutting and ripping a little bit.
Yes. Yeah, I don't want everything to be like flush, smooth cuts. You can also do this. Oh, go ahead.
I'm noticing that dragging my knife across or down the piece as I'm cutting too kind of creates this random jagged edge to the foam, which helps a lot.
You don't have to do this like right now. You can just cut out the initial blocks for the for your diorama and then do the carving once everything is glued together.
Which do you normally do?
I do the carving after I have everything kind of glued into place.
Okay.
This is actually quite satisfying.
You're quite satisfying.
Therapeutic.
Say what now?
What?
What?
I said you're quite satisfying, Lang.
I heard you. Okay. All right. I'll wait on these.
So with this class, this is a good time to put this into. Can you guarantee all of us winning diorama in some category? That's a guarantee, right?
Yeah, that's what I heard him say.
Okay.
That's up to you guys. How good your diorama is.
That's such a good answer.
Winning is up to you.
I definitely didn't win with my first diorama.
All right, I'm going to throw in a couple of points. People are chiming in a little bit. Cobra recommended toothpicks kind of as a structure along with the foam.
That's a great idea.
And then also Mike Bagwell said a cheap set of dental picks is good for sculpting foam and clay.
Yeah.
Ask your local dentist. Well, I don't know about
sometimes
the dentist,
they throw this stuff away when it's no longer useful for dentistry. Whoa.
Yeah, that's how like Tammy's has all those extra ones, I think.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant idea. Whoa, I looked away from the screen for 1 second and Chris has got something happening here.
Yeah, I just got my first
okay.
First initial layer.
I'm gonna try to be cool too here. Hold on. And I think making your first layer a little bit larger than you want to initially is a good idea, because if you have to, you can always cut away, you can't add on, or can you do that with dies?
Yes.
Because you can just...
No, you can add to it too.
Okay.
It's really easy to just take scraps and just glue it for extra thickness if you need.
Okay.
Are we gluing right now, or are we waiting?
What was that?
Are we gluing yet, or are we waiting?
Lang, you were just like a chipmunk that's high on cocaine.
Yeah, there's nothing good about that.
If you've got your shapes all cut out and you have a good idea of what you want your diorama to look like, you can go ahead and start gluing things down.
Okay, so for the glue, the first layer, we just use our hot glue?
Hot glue, yes.
Okay.
And you kind of want to work quickly before the hot glue starts hardening.
Oh my gosh, I didn't plug in my gun. I turned it on, but didn't plug it in.
Oh no.
You gotta take charge of it, man.
I'll just
Come on.
breathe on it really
Yeah,
hard.
mine's warming.
All right. Well,
Yeah, you
while
don't need a
that's-
lot. You just-
While that's heating, I can still continue to cut pieces. I've got an idea already. What I think I'm gonna try to do is a little cave.
There you go.
Don't copy me, dude.
Oh, are you doing a cave?
I was thinking about doing a little arch thing.
Okay. Well, that's not a
No,
cave.
No. You've ruined it.
Oh,
You've ruined
jeez.
it.
That's okay. Come talk to me later. After the show, I'll make it right. Let's see here. 'Cause I just as I'm cutting here, I accidentally cut a chunk out that is kind of like inverted a little bit. So it's like, oh, that's a cave. I just made a cave. An accident.
Oh. Happy accidents.
Yeah. And then if I put like maybe like a little fireplace or something and like a fire log pit in there for my fantasy die, it would be kind of cool. Maybe.
Oh no.
If that.
That kicked me out. Good. Gosh dang it. Am I back? Yeah. I'm back.
Yeah. You never left.
Yo, it kicked me out for a second because I think I was trying to post my
I ran into
picture
that
of what I'm
too.
building.
Yeah. It won't let you do it like you can in the regular chat hangout. How do I
Okay, here we
explain
go.
to my wife why there's bits of foam all over our office?
I can't help you with that one, man.
Okay.
My wife's not here yet.
I'll let you know how it goes for me, and then I'll pass on some of my knowledge to you. Probably not going to be good knowledge, but it'll be knowledge. Okay.
Okay, when you're gluing things down to your wooden base, your edges don't have to be perfectly lined up and flush, but again, it helps when we're gluing the balsa wood. Later.
I was gonna trim mine up a ton because that's just
Yep.
me.
You can do that.
It's probably helpful to have a little bit of overhang, right? Because then you can sand if you need to.
Mhm.
Okay. So, Chris, what got you into Diocraft? What inspired you to do this?
I wanted to. I think it was a contest. Yeah, it was a YouTuber contest that I made my first diorama for. I just wanted to get into the competitive scene, and I noticed, especially with like GBWC,
Yeah.
almost all the winners you see are like diorama, have some sort of diorama going on.
Yeah.
And you can definitely, you don't, it's not really required, I don't think, but it definitely gives you a leg up, I feel like.
Yeah, GBWC definitely, they want a story there. They want some type of story. You can have an amazing kit and still win GBWC if it's just the kit, you know, but you'd have to have... They look at the whole package for sure.
Yes.
Mine doesn't look as good as yours.
You have pictures of what you've got?
I can't share them right now because...
Come on. Yes, you can. Don't be like that.
Oh, I can put them in whips. There we go. I can put them in whips. Well, I couldn't put them before in the chat, so... There we go. I'll drop it over in whips.
Okay, and if you have like huge giant gaps and holes in your foam that you don't want to be on the final diorama, we're gonna have, well, we have spackling for that, which I use as a filler. I can talk about that next once everyone has their foam cut out and glued. And while we're doing this, you're going to have a lot of these little random smaller shapes. These are also really good for just adding like little bits of surface variation. Like this. Like little hills and uneven land. It adds visual interest.
Okay.
So once it's secure, because I put a bunch, I have a giant one. I went big. As you're putting them on, do you wait till you have them all on before you start kind of cutting and trimming and kind of the detail creativity, or do you put the spackle on first?
No, that spackle is for later.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing stopping you from using it now, but I haven't talked about it yet. Do you have the same exact kind that I put on the materials list?
I did not grab some. I have some that are some different kind of spackle, I believe. I'm going to try and use. See how that works.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, this glue is really fast with the hot glue. It's like pretty much instant. That's nice.
Yeah, you can get a lot of progress in one session, especially with this foam.
Oh, but it's really hot.
I've got pretty much my main shape done. So now is a good place to start just carving away.
I did get
I
some
don't know
hot
where
glue on
everyone
my
is.
fingers.
Man.
I know.
Damn.
I know.
Where we can't take you anywhere in public.
It's part of the process. It's like when a model kit draws blood. You know it's going to be a good one. Piece. Okay. Dropping another pick in the whip. What we got going on here?
I wonder how many people are following along. I know Erlang Shin and I think Never Waffle are following along. But is anyone else?
Thumbs up if you are. Well, there's about a dozen folks in the
14
auditorium, we'll call it.
That's a good turnout. 14 people. Hey, thanks everybody for hopping on tonight and
Yes.
taking part in this. This gives us a really good kind of a barometer check or temperature check on the club to see if this type of thing is interesting for folks or if they want to see more of this. If you do, we're gonna do more classes like this for sure in the future. So yeah.
So earlier I mentioned trying to avoid that tiered cake look.
Mm.
Don't be afraid to cut giant chunks off of what you've got glued. So here you can still kind of see the that there's like around like a 1 inch or 1 inch tall plateau going on here, and then another one over here.
Mm-hmm.
One way you can kind of help to hide that layered foam look is to just do thinner layers, some like 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch.
So is our balsa enclosure going to go all the way up the sides of the dio where the ink foam is? Or does it just for the base part?
From here to here.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, I have
I didn't pull it in and burn myself. I'm good.
Here is an example of what I mean with the balsa wood for the edges. You can see here.
Ah, okay.
Got this clean black edge going all around. That's the balsa wood.
So I have a question. I'm gonna send a picture in the works in progress. I think this might come up for some other folks. Here's a picture. So my dio, I have carved the outside edge in a kind of mounded shape. My balsa is going to come up, and then the mound is going to kind of curve inward towards the diorama. Is that something we should try to avoid?
You don't have to. You don't have to have the balsa wood go all the way up to like where it gets rounded off.
Mm-hmm.
You can just choose. You can kind of decide for yourself where you want the stopping point of the balsa wood to be.
Okay.
So I think like 1.5 layers of foam you've got like the 1.5 inch.
Yeah.
Up would be good.
Okay. I've noticed that using my part separator does a nice job of kind of carving natural looking chunks out of this foam as well.
Yeah, you can use a lot of different things to sculpt the foam. It's one of the things I love about it.
Mm-hmm.
The relation space is looking good. Okay, so for Relation and Chris, it looks like they're both using a different type of base where it's got that raised, almost like tapered edge. For them, they might not even need the balsa wood.
Oh, right, because it kind of the base kind of already tapers up to the piece.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. Oh yeah, those are looking great, guys.
Very nice. Yeah. Yeah, I get like towards like in the back if you guys want to clean up the edge, you could use like that picture that Erlangen just sent. I can see a place where you could use the wood.
Mm-hmm.
Just to hide that seam in between those two layers of foam.
So reference photos would probably be really helpful when it comes to if you want to actually carve rock, rock look into your foam too. I'm guessing that's probably really helpful.
Yeah, like cliff side, like
Yeah.
faces and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you wanted to put a little personal carving action in there.
Let me know if you're all done and ready to move on to the next step. Or if other people are ready and just waiting. Yeah, it is. It does get messy.
Mine looks a little bit worse, buddy. So I think on the top of my dio is pretty bare. So here's where I would be putting in some chunks, of the foam, like gluing on some chunks, just to give it some topography.
Yeah, you can add foam, or you can cut out.
Need glue sticks. A happy little rock.
And with this stage, this is one of those things where you really just have to trust the process. I don't know, for those of you following, if you're thinking, oh my god, what am I making? This looks nothing like a terrain.
Like a dio? Bingo!
Yeah, if you can visualize it. But once you add the paint and the other materials, it'll come to life. Trust me.
Gotcha.
Is there a money back guarantee on that? Because I don't know, Chris.
Trust the process, bro.
Trust the
Trust
process.
I'm doing a lot of trusting. Do you guys trust me? I can do it?
No.
No.
I think Lane can do it.
Yes.
If Lane can do it, anybody can.
All right. I think my base structure, like the basic structure, is done. I'm going to send it over to Whips.
Are we all doing works in progress or the other
No,
shit?
dropping it in whips.
You know, that
That
sentence
looks good,
didn't make
Dan.
sense.
So,
Is it-
Dan, you've got a lot of flat surface in the front there.
Yes.
That's a good place to just add little smaller chunks, like flatter
Okay.
chunks, to just have a change in elevation, like what I've got going
Okay,
on
okay.
here.
Okay. Yes, because that's a really good advice. Yes. I do want this front area to be flat, but it can't be perfectly flat, so I will add some like thin shavings to give it some difference here.
So, just to give everyone an idea of kind of just the direction that we're going to be going with this terrain diorama. It's going to be on like a grassy. It's going to have grass and dirt on the floor. I have actually, I don't know if I should bring this out, but I have a finished version of what I'm making already. Yeah, I'll just show you. I'll just show it. So this is kind of what I'm building up towards. Grassy terrain with different elevation.
Good grief.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lang, do you think you can do that?
Trust the process.
If Lang can do it, anybody can.
All right. All right, I got my flat part with some bits on it. I'm gonna do a little bit of carving on these top rocks to give them some natural look. Blend it a little bit, I think, with the surface of the top of this cave. And then I'm guessing the spackling is going to be for smoothing some rough areas out when we get there.
Yes.
So I can leave some of the, I don't have to worry too much about it not looking great at this stage. Okay, this is just the base section.
Right.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, this is super cool.
Okay, so what I'm doing now is, so I've got the main silhouette pretty much figured out. There's kind of what I was talking about with Dan's as well. There's this straight edge of the base here that doesn't really look natural. So what you can do to kind of give that some texture is to just add little flat pieces like this over on the edge, like just like that, just so you have that little bit of elevation going on in the front.
Oh.
Very subtle, but it breaks up that straight edge.
Yeah. Because what you kind of, what I've noticed with your dials that really kind of sparked the imagination is that they look like cube cutouts of a plot of land.
Yep.
And I think
like
that
Minecraft
is,
type.
yeah, and I don't see that very often. Actually, I see it really rarely. Usually, it's just a different kind of look. But yours always have that really nice, like someone just takes a Minecraft chunk. Exactly. And that thing you just showed there, where you put the flat piece up against the edge to give it some depth, just kind of broke my brain a little bit. That's great. Super cool. I'm copying that.
And if you know what you're going to be putting on the base, you can also just every now and then just place it on the base to figure out like the orientation of things.
Okay.
Oh, so okay, that's a question I have then. Like, you have your build, like you were just showing your awesome, what is that, a full armor or something earlier? When
Real
you
type.
have that one, when you said you're about to put it on there, at what stage is it? Like almost like at this stage, the preliminary, you're like, okay, it's here. I have to do construction to make sure it's like stable with it. Like I better put, I don't know, rods or something at this point and plan on that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is a good time to be thinking about if you need support rods or anything for it to plug into.
Okay.
Yeah, right now would be perfect. Or you could even actually you can do it at the very end too. If it's as simple as just like poking a hole and jamming a rod in there.
Mm.
That sounds wrong, but you get what I mean.
Why does that sound wrong, Chris? What the heck?
Yeah, explain in great detail.
I didn't say that. I didn't say anything.
Toothbrush, for everyone who's listening, toothbrush comes in clutch for cleaning up your piece, just kind of rubbing it all over after you've done a bunch of
Phrasing.
stuff, a bunch of cutting and everything. The toothbrush just really kind of knocks out all those little bits, softens some things up too. It's nice.
Brushes over here.
Is that? Oh, am I coming through?
Yeah, you're good.
I'm brushing my teeth.
Oh, okay.
Nice and clean. All right. Ow. Man, this dio's kicking my butt. Love it.
You having trouble with something?
No, not any. I mean, I'm just cutting myself and burning myself.
Oh no. You need to stop. I can't have you injured.
It's normal for me. That's fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, we're not playing it. We're not planning anything. We're good.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna post my new whip. We got so many whips going on tonight. Amazing.
Very productive night here at
Everyone's working so hard.
WCGA.
Yeah. All right. Yes. What do we got here?
Oh my gosh. You know, growing up, my dad like literally would have gardens and he'd give me like penny for each rock throwing in the rock pile in the garden. Dude, this is like traumatic and pleasing all at the same time. I got my own rock pile that I'm in control of now.
Just conflicting feelings.
Just a wee bit. Okay, so let me try this brush because I don't have a toothbrush, but I have another old brush. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
There was a good question. Mike was asking, he was worried about, spray painting isn't the best for the foam,
Yes.
but after everything's painted and top coated, is it okay to come back with it?
Once everything is sealed, I mean, I haven't tried it myself, but yeah.
So what I've done is I have painted my whole my whole diorama, putting all the paint on there and everything. Once you get all the paints on there and glues and layers of craft paint and everything on top of your foam, I can take rattle can Rust-Oleum 2X clear and just mist it on the whole thing just to kind of tie in the textures and the sheens, and it hasn't given me any problems. So as long as you don't have exposed foam, for me at least, it's worked just fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it should work. I haven't tried it myself, so I was hesitant to answer. But yeah, we're going to be sealing this later with a mix of PVA glue and paint, and I think after that it should be fine to spray paint if you need or if you want. And we're not going to be painting anything today though.
Yeah.
I guess while we're at it, do you have an idea of when the next class would be?
I was gonna chat with you privately about that, so we can figure out
Okay.
how that fits in with your schedule. It's all about, I want to make
Okay.
sure it fits with your schedule, whatever you've got, and then we can. I'm thinking once a month. I think that's what we were kind of internally talking about. So if that aligns well with you, then we're good.
I can make that work.
Cool.
I wonder if people would want to have it sooner than later.
Yeah.
Like a week, like once a week. I can make that work too.
We could totally do that. Yeah. It just depends on if you're cool with that, we can definitely add this to our WCGA Monday night thing and until the whole process is finished. So once a week works great.
Put a comment below and hit that subscribe button and let us know.
Yeah, don't forget to hit that bell icon.
Stab that notification icon. Is that what they say?
I don't know. I don't know what they say these days. Whenever my kids watch anything on YouTube, it's just loud noises to me. Stuff they watch.
Okay, I think I'm at a pretty good spot with mine. I'm ready whenever to move on to the next step.
Yeah, I think we're in good shape. We're in a good spot.
Okay, let me get my stuff together here. Okay, not every surface is perfect. Here there's some pretty big jarring gaps, especially like right here. And that's fine. For this next step, we're going to be using spackling. This stuff is the consistency of like hummus or cream cheese. There's a lot of food comparisons going on. I'm kind of getting hungry. Me and potatoes.
Did you eat before this?
Cake. Yeah, I did. But I wonder what this tastes like. But so earlier,
I'll taste it and let you know. Hold on a second.
If your workspace isn't messy enough, well, this might do it. So I have here just a small container of water to wash my fingers. You might want like a bowl of water or something if you don't have one at your desk, and paper towels.
Okay.
So, but do I give some people time to grab something?
I'm gonna run and grab some paper towels really quick.
Okay. You can unplug your hot glue gun too if you're done with it. We're not going to be using it anymore. Actually,
catching up a little bit.
Actually, no. We're going to be using this for the balsa wood. So I'm going to keep mine plugged in.
Keep it nearby.
Yes.
All right, I'm set. All right, spackling ready to go. Let's spackle.
Okay. All right, so you're likely going to have some edges and creases in your diorama that don't look very natural, or just things that you may have cut out that you want to fill in. This is the perfect material for that. This stuff, this specific one, is kind of pink, but it dries white. And I just go in here with my finger and start slathering it on there. And it does get really messy really quick. It's very sticky too. Like it sticks to your finger and all over the place. You can just add a little bit of water to your finger and it'll help with that. and you just you're literally just smoothing out any rough spots that you want to get rid of.
Okay.
Grease lines
Would it-
mostly, because I'm like a lot of the lines that I want to eliminate that layer cake. That's what I want
Yes.
to aim for right now.
Yeah, so like right here, you see this very diagonal looking shape. That's a good place to just put some of this stuff on there
Oh, okay.
and kind of
Let's see
build
if
around it.
I have works, because let me see. Be right back.
So just taking a chunk of it and kind of just.
Yep.
Kinda
Just
dump
slap it on there.
Yeah.
Yep. Putting, it's like applying peanut butter.
Yeah. And you want it to be rough, yeah, not smooth. You want it to be rough.
You can have it be, well, for some parts, like what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be using it here to just make a little bit of texture. You can have it be smooth, but for these cuts, like right here, like for your little rock texture that you don't want to cover up, you can or this stuff too, once it dries, it's really easy to carve, just like the foam.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you can do your shaping after too.
Okay.
Yeah, whether you should keep it rough or smooth, it's up to you.
Okay. I think this might be my favorite part right now.
It's very like finger painting vibe to it. It is messy though. You just gotta be comfortable with it.
What's your favorite part of dio sculpting? Like part of the process?
It's when I start adding the greenery, like the plants and laying down the grass. It really comes to life at that stage.
Okay. Now
This too, it's fun.
I was gonna say this stuff adheres really well, yeah, to the XPF foam and to the wood, yeah, once it dries fully.
Yes, well enough.
Okay.
Yeah, and when you this is for the later step, but what I do once everything is dry is to make a mix of PVA glue and paint, and that will be kind of the sealer to keep everything in place.
So I've noticed that after I smear some of this onto my rough pink foam, if I take some water and then I rub it into this part what I smeared and kind of rub it along and rub it around, it kind of helps to reveal some of that broken texture again from the XPF foam. So water helps with that natural look a little bit as well.
Yeah, this is just one of those things where the more you work with it, you'll develop a feel for how to handle and how it works.
Well, it's very forgiving stuff. It's kind of like you said at the beginning of the class. It's like chaos. It's like just the natural look of everything. Kind of go with the flow. Yeah.
See what you're making.
Yeah, come on. Amelia wants to come see what we're all doing. See, that's Chris.
We're making dioramas.
Yeah.
Cake. We're making cake.
No, we're not supposed to make it look like Chris. Chris, you said that. Don't make it look like a tiered cake.
Avoid the tiered cake look.
This is the frosting.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Mine's a little bit dry, but we're gonna work.
It's very. Yeah, it's very messy. I guess we are waiting overnight, so it'll have plenty of time to dry. But you don't with this, especially if you're doing like just waiting like overnight, one night. You don't want to have gigantic chunks of this stuff. You only want to use it in small amounts.
Okay.
And it's filling in small gaps. You could technically sculpt the diorama out of this stuff, but it will take a long time to dry.
Gotcha.
You're not covering all of your foam with it. You're just using it selectively at the areas that you think could be filled in, especially where your two layers of foam meet. It's a perfect place to use this stuff.
This is just seam line removal on diodes.
Yeah. Diorama putty.
Yeah. Oh man, this is so therapeutic. I feel like a little kid playing with Play-Doh.
I guess I should mention for the edges, like the parts that we're going to be covering with the balsa wood, I would not put that there. I hope you haven't been using it on the sides.
You mean on the sides? Okay.
And if you have, completely restart your dio.
Yes. Throw the whole thing in the trash.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
No, it's easy to wipe off and remove.
Yeah, it's just a little water.
Mhm.
Is there a reason for that besides? Like,
we're gonna be hot gluing the balsa wood onto the foam, and this is the reason why. This is one of the reasons why the diorama class is being broken up into several days or several sessions, because this is the step that needs to dry overnight.
Yeah.
And I want to have the balsa wood step completed before the end of the class. So yeah, we don't want to be hot gluing this stuff while it's in this state, because it's not going to work.
All right, I'm going to do an updated photo here.
Have you guys been checking the chat? Just trying to get a vibe
cut up here
for how everyone's feeling.
So let's see. Cobra said maybe once every other week for the schedule. Shockwave said once a month. We might just split the difference and do once every other week.
That works for me. Yeah.
Let's see.
I just realized while talking that I had just finished telling everyone not to put it on the side of the diorama, and I was doing exactly just that.
Mike says that silicone-tipped clay shapers are great for dealing with this kind of sticky mess or sticky materials. Interesting. And then Daishi says AK Interactive sells a terrain paste that could be useful. They are more spendy than spackle compound, though. So I think the idea between the spackle compound is accessibility, yeah?
Yes, yep. You can find this stuff at most stores, like Walmart or Fred Meyer's.
I have noticed that the terrain pastes from AK are really great when they have like a lot of texture in them. So like there's one that's like a painted desert where it cracks. There's
Oh,
another
yeah.
one that's like basically a concrete. That was really great. It seems like we're using this more for filling seams and applying softness to sharp areas. About right?
Yes, and the texture we're gonna get from that homemade dirt that we have
Yeah.
to India.
Excited to use that.
Yeah, wow. Dan got his dirt from Lang's Dirt R Us. Anybody who wants the special, I'll do a special for this dio class.
That is a
$5.
new sponsor, yeah.
My gosh.
Lang's
Oh, no.
backyard dirt. You ever find yourself in need of some dirt? Lang's got
Come to
you
my
covered.
backyard.
We got moss dirt, regular dirt, rocky dirt,
Poop dirt.
poop dirt, dirt, all kinds of dirt. You can find it here at Lang's Backyard Dirt. All right. I think my dio's ready for comp.
All right. Just pink and purple cake.
Yeah, it's a pink and purple cake. Don't eat this. Let's see. Chris says, Dan, you should try some if you miss Play-Doh in your mouth. Cobra says brown pit. Mike says, we even have Joe Dirt on VHS and DVD. Yeah, we have successfully derailed.
I am gonna be right back. Okay, let's wash my hands. I just remembered a really cool thing that you can do with this stuff before it dries. Let me pull this up. So for this diorama, I took advantage of that drying time for the paste, and I don't know if you can see here. Before it fully dried, I used the softness of it to make claw marks in the ground.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah, and I also pressed his feet down. Right here you can see.
It's so good.
So you can definitely take advantage of that.
I'm sure everyone here has heard this story, but this is the build that got me inspired to do dios and to do LED lights and to paint and to This is the thing that got me really started in the hobby space, this thing right here.
Now you're doing a lot more complex stuff with LEDs than I have ever done.
Maybe. What you pulled off on that sucker is nothing short of a miracle with what you used. So I find that to be the most creative and impressive when people use stuff that you wouldn't think to use, and then make it look like that. It's crazy.
I don't even know if they still work. I should test that out after this. But yeah, fairy lights.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about everyone else, but I'm just about ready to go on to the next step. But I can wait a little bit longer too. I don't know. I have no idea what everyone else
Real
else
quick
is
with
at.
mine.
Mine's ready
Like,
to
I'm
go
not
for the next
covering
spot.
I'm not covering it quite as much as you did, Chris. Would you recommend? How do I phrase this? Like, if some of it has the plaster on it, should you be putting a lot more on so it's, what's the word? Uniform?
No, it doesn't have to be uniform. We can have like tiny, really thin layers.
Okay.
It doesn't even have to look that clean. Like you see here, you've got a lot of like visible smears. That all will be hidden pretty well later when we sprinkle on the dirt.
Oh yeah.
But you can go in and smoothen that if you want.
Okay.
And if after this you still have like pretty flat surfaces, there are other things we can do later on too that can help to hide that, like with little bushes and adding rocks and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Okay. Think I'm good. Take a picture.
Okay, I'm just gonna check the pictures real quick. Never Waffles is looking good. I can't even see where the foam starts and ends with his. Dan's looks good.
Thank you.
And yeah, Lang. I can still see some of the edges, like where the wood and the foam meet. That could be
I
smoothed
almost
out.
swore out loud and I forgot this. Oh yeah, this is going to be recording. I see it now too.
Yes. But other than that, I think yeah, it looks good. Relations looks good. Yep. He asked a really good question in the channel. Asked if he could modify his diorama to fit the proportions of SDs, and I've been thinking about how to do that too for my converge figures. How to make a terrain diorama feel chibi. That'd be a fun one to experiment with. Maybe like picking out like rounder looking rocks and stubbier trees.
Whoa. Kind of want to eat Erlangshans. Looks kind of like a steak.
It looks strawberry flavored to me.
Whoa, yeah, Never Waffles looks like some type of ice cream. Want to eat that?
Like mint strawberry.
Mm-hmm. Lang, yours looks like a cow had a pit
Careful.
stop walking across your wood. What happened to the arch? I thought you were doing an arch.
I thought about it, then I went back on it.
Okay.
I saw the start. I can see the start of it, I think, on that top
Far
right.
Nah. It was gonna be other side. This is gonna be for 3 HGs, I think.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah.
It's nice. Very cool. All right, are we ready for the next step?
Y'all ready? I can just start talking about this next material while everyone works.
Yep.
It's the final thing that we're gonna use before ending the class. We're running it almost 2 hours. Just,
Hour and 30.
about what I expected.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. So the next material is balsa wood, and if you've ever worked with this, it's really easy to cut. I was so shocked when I first worked with this, how soft it is. But in my materials list, I had 1 to 16th of an inch thick, and 1 to this other one is 1 to 32, the thinner ones. I recently switched over to the thicker 1/16th of an inch because I find it's a little bit easier to work with than the thin one. The thin one's a little bit fragile, so you can see like it's already cracked here. But either one would work for this. So basically what this is to be used as a veneer. I think that's the word that one of my favorite modelers use in his videos, Night Shift. I don't know if you know of that builder, but he makes really cool dioramas on YouTube. Very realistic stuff that I use as reference all the time. Anyway, we're going to be using this to tidy up the edges and hide all of this stuff and make our diorama more presentable. And how we do that is like what I'm doing right now is you're just going to hold it up, put it up against the wood. Even right here. Yeah, and then just trace like with a pencil or a pen the general shape, and yeah, just cut it out.
Okay. Oh, I guess I need to sand my edges so they're flat.
Yeah, there's going to be some sanding involved later. So
later?
Yeah, do leave a little bit of like overhang. Like you would with plot plate when you're doing plot plate work. Okay, so yeah, this might be different depending on what kind of wooden base you're using. Like for Erlangshans and Chris's, you can use this part for just the foam, like the sides of the foam, if you want. So right now I'm just tracing the shape of one side of my diorama onto the wood, so I know where to cut. Okay, got the shape. I'm gonna cut it up.
If you have a metal file, like a coarse metal file, that works really well for cleaning up the edges and making them all nice and square. But again, you'll want to make sure you have good suction or something that's pulling those bits of foam away.
So I've got my first side cut out, and it's not perfect. You can see how it doesn't line up quite quite right up against the edge, but that's fine. You can always either trim it, or you can use more of the spackling to kind of build up to that edge and blend it. I'm gonna glue this right now. And with this step, you want to get pretty close, not right up at the edge, but pretty close. Okay. All right, this looks good. For the next one, it's a little bit trickier for these next two sides. Once we have the first side covered, we want the two pieces of balsa wood to line up pretty flush so that it's clean. And one way to do that is to just put it up against the wood like that, like we did for the first side, taking into account the thickness of this this first wall that we have. And you might want to trim this as well, just so that it's more flush, but it doesn't have to be. I would recommend having like just a tiny bit of overhang, just to help make sure that it connects with our second wall. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. I think this this side right here is good to go. So I'm gonna make a wall. I'm gonna cut out the next side. Same step, just trace it. Okay, my shape a little a bit cracked here, but that's fine. Hopefully, Chris, Never Waffle, and Erlangton aren't having too much trouble getting their shape transferred onto the balsa wood. Oh, that's a bit high.
If it's a bit high, can you just trim?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Or
mine's a bit high because I didn't like go right up against it. I guess you could say.
yeah, that's fine. You can also, instead of trimming, you can just add more of the spackling to just
Yeah.
build up to that edge.
That's what I'm doing, yeah, for mine a lot. Now I should be using the glue for this, right? Or hot glue?
Yes, yeah, the hot glue.
Hot glue.
You can use PVA, like regular PVA glue, but when I did that, it slips and slides around, and I had to use tape to hold everything in place.
Okay.
So while you can do that, it's not really ideal.
Okay.
Yeah, but before you start gluing, just want to make sure that you got a pretty clean edge, like right here. This looks pretty good.
Okay. You want to put down one piece, get the edge flush with trimming or whatever, and then put the next piece on.
Mhm. Yes. And I'm putting the glue on the balsa wood, not on the foam. Because if you have your glue gun like pressed up onto the foam, it does melt it.
Yeah.
Now he tells me. I thought I was just screwing up.
Well, you were gluing the foam pieces together with hot glue. Okay, I've had some of the hot glue leak out over here, but that's easy to hide.
Dude, we're gonna have so many freaking dios at this year's Jamboree.
It's gonna be great.
The dio table is gonna be full of Gundam displays. So funny.
And they're just gonna make a whole nother category for it.
Dex would be like, "What the heck
You
happened, guys?"
guys.
Listen,
We learned some cool stuff, guys.
Okay, so I've got my second side glued on, and it's looking pretty good so far. I'm just going to repeat this same thing that I did with the other side.
can we use the spackling to fill in gaps in the wood, or do we do that later?
You
in
have
in the
gaps.
corners.
Yeah, you can use the spackling.
And then you can sand it afterwards to make it look nice and flat.
Yes.
If it dries, okay.
Do use it sparingly. Don't you don't want to hide too much of the wooden, like the natural texture of the balsa wood. Just apply it.
Okay,
where
so that's
needed.
part of the look.
I mean, I think so. I think it adds to the appeal.
Okay.
Because I'm not with this wood. I'm not really trying to hide the texture by filling it in or using primers and sanding or anything.
Right.
But that's definitely something you can do.
Okay.
It's more steps, but yeah.
Okay.
I actually used to use just a sheet plot plate for this step to just hide the foam edges, but
That's what
it's
I have used before. I've never tried this balsa wood before, but it's working really nicely.
yeah, it's really easy to work with.
Yeah.
With the plot plate, there's that pressure to keep it clean, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
With this wood, it feels a little more loose, and you don't have to try as hard to keep it smooth.
Yeah.
Because you're not trying to keep it smooth.
Yeah, we're letting the texture of the wood do the heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's kind of insane how much we've gotten done here in just this short amount of time.
Yeah, it goes by surprisingly quick, and it only gets faster too once you've become more familiar with the materials and the general workflow.
Mm-hmm.
You can crank these out really quick. Here I am cutting my third side.
It's too quick.
I'm gluing my
What are you-
fourth.
Oh, Dan's almost done. What about you, Lang?
I'm still cutting my pieces.
On your first one?
My second piece of wood.
Oh, okay. You got your
But
first one.
Problem is, like, I went a little crazy with different elevations and different pieces. So mine's feeling a little intense right now.
Oh, it's a lot of shapes.
Yep.
Okay. You did that to yourself, Dan, or Lang.
Thanks, Teach.
Finally,
Should feel bad.
Finally, someone else says it instead of me. It makes me feel better.
Makes you feel validated.
Yeah, like, okay. I'm not the only one that sees it.
All right. Holding on my third.
Do 5 times holding in my swear since this is a recorded venue.
It's gonna be edited. You can swear.
Trying to be good. Oh man.
Boo caca butts.
Whoa!
Burn yourself again? You burned yourself again, didn't you?
No, I just cut something and it broke a piece off. Okay, I'll make it work. All part of the show. All part of the experience of doing dios.
Chris,
If
what's
you
one of the
got-
biggest I gotta know now after like Dan's mishap? What's like the most memorable, like, oh shoot, I broke this moment with one of your dios? And how'd you fix it?
Oh, with one of my dioramas.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the most recent one that I made, the Gaisak, the Zoid Scorpion one.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to Neverwaffle about this, I think yesterday. There was a long time when I was working on that diorama that those smoke plumes,
Mhm.
they just look like dry dog turds. And that was the first time ever that I didn't even want to post like work in progress photos of something that I was working on because it looked so bad.
I've been there.
Yeah, that's most recent example that comes to mind. If we're talking not dioramas, it's when I finished painting my perfect grade RX-78 and dropped it on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
I think that happened while we were on call.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes posting goofs is really helpful for people too to see like, oh, okay, like it's not all just working perfectly all the time. Like every build I've ever done has an absolute tuck up at some point. It's just about showing it and being like, yeah, this happened and here's how I'm gonna fix it. It can be really helpful for folks.
Yeah, you can't win all the time, but those are some of the best ways to learn and level up.
Yeah.
So I thought you were saying, so you have a little extra lip above the rocks. Is the lip also below too, or you have it flush on the bottom?
It's pretty flush.
Okay.
On the bottom.
Oops.
I messed up a little bit here. There's it's a little bit too short, but
Yeah, because I have too long, but it's always better to go too long, right?
Yes, because you can always just trim it down later. Yep.
Okay.
The final side, you want to have. So this is the side that I'm going to be covering next. You want it to be this right here. You want this to be flush, and also this, because you can have the balsa wood extend out to meet these two.
Yeah, you want that front side to be your best looking side.
Mm-hmm.
I think mine's gonna have like an isometric look to it for best side. So I'm trying to get that front corner really nice.
I see.
Man, I'm loving this spackle. I've only ever used Sculpt-A-Mold, and that stuff is terrible compared to this. This is way better stuff.
Very easy.
Yeah.
Yes, and once you have all four of your sides glued on, you go back in with the spackling to just fill up any of the gaps. And just get everything blended.
Jeez.
Like
my hot glue is like melting through the foam though. That must be too hot or something.
Change it down to low. You have a low setting.
That's a thing. I've never worked with a glue gun that has.
Ryobi, it's a. Yep, it's nice and toasty. It's melting it.
Okay, well, my wood that I was cutting out just cracked, so I'm gonna have to do that again. Dang it.
It's okay. We'll edit it out in post.
Yes, please.
It's fine. Everything yours will
edit mine out of post, Dan.
No,
I
someone needs to see mistakes. And that's where yours come in. And
I'm a happy mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Okay, I think this is. I'm feeling good about this. Feel pretty good about this right now.
You've got all of your sides blended.
Oh yes.
Feel that?
Oh yes. had to kind of go off script a little bit because my pieces don't meet up perfectly. So I am filling the joint work a little bit. And I think when I come in to sand this later, I might have to take a wire brush and fix the wood grain look.
Oh yeah, get that texture back in there.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this is looking.
Yeah, and this the spackling stuff, I don't know any other modelers that use it. It just happened to be what I picked up when I first started, and it's been working fine for me. I'm sure there's other diorama materials or hardware materials out there that can do just the same thing. But that's what I'm familiar working with.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen it. I haven't found any reason to move away to something else. Okay.
All right, there we go. There's my stuff.
Let's get this down, and then we can wrap up the class. First of 3.
Whoa. Arbiter has got like a full on. He's building the serious dio.
What's he got? I haven't looked at the
It's
pictures.
like it's big. It's a lot bigger than what we're working with here.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's doing let's see, water, underwater, cliff, mountain, the whole 9. That's cool.
He's using the entire board.
Yeah. Waste not, want not. Yeah, Chris, so the idea was to use this for 30-minute missions, but then I accidentally made this cave thing, and I thought, I'm just gonna make like a little pixel or picture-perfect scene of a campfire in a cave. That's what I'm gonna go for here.
With the campfire as the main subject? Or are you gonna have like a... Oh, okay. So just a little,
So a little
scene.
cute scene, a cute little scene. Maybe a tent. I can make a tent in there, maybe.
That's cute. Yeah.
With the light inside of it. I don't know.
You could do a lot of fun object source lighting, OSL.
I think I'm gonna use real LEDs in it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Like the flickering.
Yeah.
LED.
Yeah. But object source lighting for sure on the maybe on the ground a little bit to give it a little oomph, because sometimes LEDs don't really give a lot of ground. Like they're really directional sometimes.
I'm just gonna trim this down. Yeah, we're pretty much at the tail end of this this demo or this class. Have there been any questions in the chat or any comments?
Let's see here. Okay, Mike. So Mike says, can you use a standard emery board or nail file for sanding the balsa? One question.
Emery board. Is that like the soft foam?
Yeah.
Foam backed.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's harder. It's a little harder.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always test it out. I haven't tried it myself. I just use. I mainly use 200 grit sandpaper.
Okay.
For my sanding, 200 to 400, and that's served me well.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't see why that wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Balsa wood is a very soft wood, though. So be gentle with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
He also gives us a warning to let Doug know that we need to let him know that we might be bringing in a lot of dios. Yes, we will do that. Let's see. Cobra had a question here. If you're using a base like waffles, wouldn't it be better to smooth the back with the spackling instead, since his has a tapered edge? I have to look at waffles here. What he's talking about.
It's tapered to a point too, but it's just to where balsa wood is that wall. That's where you just, you know.
Yeah,
you
post
cure
your
it up
whips. Keep posting your whips, guys, so we can see what you're working with and see
Yeah.
get an
I think I
idea
see
before we wrap the
what
class up.
these-
And then we're always going to move over after this is over to the regular hangout, and we can all chat about stuff. Well,
Yeah, I think I see what he means by the using the spackling. I don't know, Chris, what did you decide to do with yours? Okay, I've got my four sides glued down. There's some gaps here that are very easy to just go in and fill. Yeah, you can still even make edits to the shape of your diorama at this stage. Just cut the wood along with it if you want to cut some stuff out. But yeah, I think that just about does it for all of the topics I wanted to cover
awesome.
for this first session.
Okay. Well, if you're cool with it, I'll do an outro here then, and then we can end the recording.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks everybody.
Thanks everyone. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you're doing
go
that.
ahead.
Okay.
You go ahead. You can
I
do
just
it.
wanted to thank it. I just wanted to thank everyone for tuning in and watching and building along if you did, and for the two of you for WCGA hosting me, having me here. I love teaching, and this is a great platform to be doing it on. So thank you.
You're really good at it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks.
Discord affords us a lot of, we wouldn't be able to do this in an in-person sitting without people bringing a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, thanks everybody for joining in and hanging out for our first ever tutorial. This one provided by Khrisamisu on dioramas. This is the first part of 3, so tune in to the next one where we will continue on this journey together. Use the channel to discuss what you're working on and show works in progresses, and we'll see you next time.